So the Barbarian just killed the Hellhound. And I think that's true, Francisco. He says, I think mechanics can marry anyone they want. That's probably true. Let's see here. Balmy Leader says, if you like character development and dark stuff, kind of serious, watch Daredevil. I know you're tired of me saying this, but seriously, Daredevil is so good. Watch the shows in order. I think you like it. Yes, I appreciate the reminder. We don't have Netflix right now, but you're not irritating me at all. I need to keep remembering that. I'm trying to remember if it's in my Netflix watch list or not, but feel free to keep reminding me. Okay, so the Barbarian went Elf. Well, we got to get rid of this Elemental because he's going to explode. He's going to explode on the Wizard first chance he gets. Is this time for Fire of Wrath? I don't think so. Because he only has 2 defense dice. Intangible does not, in fact, make him harder to hit. Yeah, you can take him. Come on, Elf. You got this. No, you don't have this, Elf. You didn't have that at all. You totally lost it. Well, that's it for the Elf. Maybe I should have... I haven't been thinking about his spells. Well, all he's got left is Pass Through Rock and Heal Body. Oh, well. Elf. Okay, Dwarf. Dwarf, if you don't do this, Wizard's going to have to, like, pull out Genie or something. Dwarf. 2 attack dice. 1 skull. That's enough if the Elemental cannot defend. 2 defense dice. Ah, man! He got a black shield. Okay. Okay. Now, Wizard, he's got... I don't know, maybe we don't need to blow a spell on this guy yet. The Wizard has... Oh, crap. I forgot to have the Elf give the Wizard a potion. Yeah, no, the Wizard needs to take him out. He does not have... He does not have a potion. And I don't think I'm going to allow him to cast an emergency spell on himself. My buddy and I did that for a while. I don't think we stuck with that rule. I think that was just for a time that we did that. But I think we backed off on that. Because it seemed, you know, like, come on. The rules clearly state that's something you do on your turn. The potions you can drink, quote-unquote, any time. So it's reasonable to think that maybe any time could include right when your hit points reach 0. But yeah, it's a bridge too far probably for those spells, especially since, as I said, I feel like my heroes are doing well. They have plenty of health potions. I just forgot to give them to the Wizard. So the Wizard is in some potential trouble here. Do we want to do Sleep? Ugh, I like to usually save that for like the big dogs. Maybe he should just get out. Well, how fast can the Elemental move? He can move 8 spaces. There's nowhere the Wizard can go. Unless... Oh no, he doesn't have Pass Through Rock. He has Veil of Mist. I don't think there's anywhere the Wizard can go to get away from that thing. He could cast Swift Wind on himself. And if he did that, he could move 12 spaces. And could go... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. But he's right here. He can pass... Yeah, there's nowhere the Wizard can go. Alright, well... Let's do Genie. Let's do Genie. Genie spell. This spell conjures up a Genie who will do one of the following. Open any door on the board, revealing what lies beyond, or use 5 combat dice to attack any monster within your line of sight. So he's totally going to do that. Oh wait, no, that's supposed to be there. If this would have been there, that would have changed maybe what I was planning on doing. Does the Elemental have a ranged attack? I don't think he does. So he could actually go right here. He could actually go right here. Man, that's the second time I've gotten really close to using Genie and ended up not using it. the wizard could just make a simple attack that will probably fail, and then move right here. And then the elemental could get here, but couldn't attack through the wall. He could get here, but he doesn't have a ranged attack. So, yeah, let's do that. Simple little dagger attack. White shield, and he's going to move. 1, 2, 3, 4. And he should be safe there. Okay. I like to conserve my spells whenever possible. Okay, so now it is Zargon's turn. He gets a threat, and he's going to explode the elemental. And what was that again? He just gets to make an attack, right, against the adjacent figures. Single attack against all adjacent heroes who each roll defense separately. Okay, so he has 3 attack dice. Unless, oh wait, he can move through enemy figures. He's going right here. Now again, he's not adjacent to that wizard, but he is freaking adjacent to everybody else. Here we go. Ugh, just 1. That sucks. Okay, so, but they all have to roll defense. 3 defense dice each, starting with the dwarf, who blocks it. Now the elf blocks it, and the barbarian blocks it. Man. I am like on Zargon's turn, I am almost always legit disappointed when I don't succeed at stuff. Okay. So that was it. Man, I want this elemental to do his thing. Okay. So I guess that's it for Zargon's turn. Nothing else really I can do. Let's see here. Francisco Ruiz says, if you could get over your dislike of anime vocalisms, and by that he means and just all the weird noises that they make, which does include just in general overdone voice acting, which seems to be just like part of the style. I think all these things are part of the style. At one point, early on in the development, the creative development of dubbing, you know, the art of dubbing over anime, I think it was probably just they got cheap actors that weren't that great, or maybe they didn't have really good voice direction back then. But I think it's become a staple now that, like, I think it's become endearing to the audience. Like, the audience maybe would react negatively if they didn't sound like that. I don't know why it still persists, but it does. So he says, if you could get over your dislike of anime vocalisms, I think you might like Rising of the Shield Hero. It is a protagonist called from our world into another, but still I think meets some of your desires you just outlined. Well, maybe Rising of the Shield Hero, I take this as an anime. Even though anime vocalisms are certainly employed in lots of JRPGs. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think it's worth it for me to write down, Francisco. You're gonna have to bug me again another time. But I have no confidence that I'll be able to get over my dislike of anime vocalisms. Maybe I would give it a try and watch a trailer if I knew there was an original Japanese version available and I could use subtitles. I find that to work a little bit better for me, but anyway. All right, Barbarian's turn. We've got already just 35 minutes about left in the stream here. Time has been flying as I've been playing this. I'm having a great time. And we're zeroing in on we're probably at 3/4 right now. I'm curious, you know, each quest, like playing the first quest, I think it took me about 5.5 hours to get all the way through it. And I think this quest, when I total up all the hours streaming this, will probably be a similar length. I'm curious as to how fast this will move, how fast I can get through a quest if I were playing without streaming, without talking about random distractions, without thinking out loud so you guys can appreciate what's going through my mind, but just focused on the game as a silent solo experience. I wonder, A, how fun it would be, and B, how fast I could get through a quest. I might want to test that at some point. Anyway, maybe I will start a second campaign using these rules, but picking up where I left off with my son Titus, because my son Titus, who is turning 10 at the end of October. 10 or is it 11? 10 and 13. 11. I think he's going to be 11. Oh my gosh. Anyway, yeah, I think he's going to be 11 at the end of October. He took me through, I think, all of the base quests that, and I think we had just started one of the expansions. I think it was Keller's Keep, and he started to lose interest. I think he got to the point in playing Zargon when he realized, oh, playing Zargon isn't that fun. I think it can be fun, but Zargon, there does come a point where you're not experiencing the sense of discovery that other players are, which is, I think, the reason a lot of tabletop dungeon crawls have been moving toward fully cooperative and having the enemy stuff automated as much as possible. But I would like to continue going with those heroes that I came up with. So maybe I could start running myself solo through those quests. Oh, I'm liking that idea right now. But start incorporating my monsters and my rules. I'm going to give that some thought. And then that wouldn't get in the way if I decide to, keep going in the future with kind of this set of characters and this quote-unquote campaign. Francisco says yes in anime, and fair. Okay, so Barbarian's turn, right? That's what's going on? Yeah, because he moved there and tried to explode. Didn't work out. Barbarian's turn. Take him down, Barbarian. Here we go. 2 skulls. Oh, that's going to do it. I'm pretty sure that's going to do it. Yep, he defended from one of them, but not enough. That takes care of the elemental. Gosh, I might want to rework those stats. Maybe give him like a body of 2, or up his defense. I think I'd rather up his defense. Like maybe, because the Shade is like a ghostly creature that also has intangible, and I gave him similarly, I think, a small body, but also a lot more defense. Which the idea there was, with standard attacks, he's going to be hard to hit and do damage to. But if you do, you kill him. But spells can more easily affect him, and that makes sense to me thematically. That like intangible types of creatures would be more vulnerable to magic, less vulnerable to regular attacks. So let me make a little note here. We'll see how much it unbalances the game, but I'm going to just give him 4 defense dice and see how much that screws up the game. So next time I encounter the elemental, he's going to have 4 defense dice. Okay, so the Barbarian took him out. That's the end of his turn. Let's see here. Balmy Leader says, read my comment up top. If you're talking about the Daredevil one, I did read that and respond to that already. And let me just scroll up really quick here. We talked about Man of Steel. Yeah, I'm not seeing any comments from you, Balmy Leader, that I've not responded to. So if you were away or missed that for some reason, you can see if you can rewind the stream and then catch up with the stream later, or you can watch the replay later on. Sorry you missed that. Or maybe your comment got vanished. Francisco had had emoji comments vanishing and not getting through for some reason. Emoji thunderbolts or something. And I'm wondering, Francisco, if that was because, like, if you just tried to do just the emojis, if maybe there's an algorithm that YouTube thinks you're a bot or something if you're just putting emojis in. That doesn't make sense to me. That's weird. Anyway, okay, yes, it was about Daredevil. Yeah, I did talk about that. Thanks for bringing that up, by the way. Let's see here. Barbarian's done. Elf. Oh, we have not searched for treasure in this room. New room. New potential for treasure. See, this is what slows me down. I'm too greedy. Here we go. Elf. What do you find? Potion of healing, baby. Yeah. In a bundle of rags, you find a small bottle of bluish liquid. You can drink this healing potion at any time, restoring the number of body points equal to a roll of 1 red die. Of course, I've changed it, so I roll 2 and pick 1. You cannot, however, exceed your starting number of body points. This may only be used once. Do not return this card to the deck. Okay, so yeah, I'll just put that card next to the elf for now. And then the elf hasn't moved yet, so actually here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and give this healing potion to the wizard. Why, thank you, my boy. So that's the elf's turn. Now the dwarf. He's going to step back from the door and also search for treasure. Wandering monster! Crap! Okay. So, 1 through 3 it's an orc, 4 through 6 it's a scout. It's a scout. Alright. And, as you may recall, his ability auto-triggers. So he's going to summon a monster. 1 through 3 it's an orc, 4 through 6 it's another scout. Oh, dude, it happened. It happened. Now this scout has to appear outside of line of sight, so he's going to actually come back here. Right? And likewise, its ability, I'm going to rule, auto-triggers. Right? Does that make sense? Because it's, well, does he summon the wandering monster? I think he does. I think he does. I don't know, this is just fun and dangerous. So, oops. So let's give this a try. Let's just say that you do treat it like a wandering monster appearing. And, here we go. Okay, it's an orc. Alright. So this orc also has to be placed out of line of sight. There we go. Alright, geez. So now we got 2 scouts that can potentially be summoning more orcs. And that's all the dwarf's fault. So thank you, dwarf. Now, we're going to move on to the wizard's turn. Jeez. Wizard is going to stay put. He does not need to get himself any further exposed. Do we want to... Is there any spell we want to cast? How's the elf doing? Still has 3. Still has 3. So we don't need to do a healing spell yet. Yeah, wizard's just going to stay put. Now it's Zargon's turn. I'm going to see if I can summon more monsters. Now at this point they do have to trigger on a 5 or a 6. I'm pretty sure, right? Alert. Yeah. Yep. Okay. So this scout is going to try to alert an orc, and that's a 6. That is a 6. Oh crap. So, unrevealed space. Let's put him here. Right? Oh, wait, does... No. Dang it, the Barbarian has line of sight there. Here we go. Here we go. And now, this scout is going to try and trigger alert. Oh my gosh, yes. Yes. And let's see. Let's put that guy there. I want to fill up this room because they know the heroes are getting close. Getting close to Sir Ragnar. Ragnar Lothbrok. Isn't that a character in Vikings? I think it might be. Anyway. Whose turn is it? What the crap is happening? Oh, it's Zargon's turn. That's right. So, since they went first, these guys have now appeared. They can take their turn. I don't see why they wouldn't be able to take a turn now. Yeah. Oh, jeez. Oh, man. This is getting crazy. Okay. Jeez. Jeez Louise. Okay, we're going to go after the dwarf. Let's go. Yeah, he's got movement enough to get there. He's got 3 attack dice. 1 skull. Dwarf gets 3 defense dice. Oh, sorry, that one didn't land on camera. Okay, he defended. Okay, now this orc. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where was this pit? Oh, it's out in the hallway. Jeez. It's another reason that I don't like rolling the dice around the furniture, because it knocks stuff around. Gosh, do we want to go for bleed? I don't think so, because it triggers on like a 5 or 6. I want to just attack, attack, attack. So, this orc is now attacking the dwarf. 2 skulls. 2 skulls, alright. What do you got, dwarf? 1 shield, so he takes a hit. Brings him down to 5. And now this orc coming in. Oops. Oops, he gets 3 attack dice. 2 skulls on that roll. What do you got, dwarf? Oh my gosh, defended. Wow. I am a bit disappointed. I am a bit disappointed. But look at all those beautiful orcs. Okay. So, that, I think, is the end of Zargon's turn. Did I get I forgot to give myself a threat. Okay. So now, we are back to the Barbarian's turn. Okay. Barbarian. What are you going to do? We got to try and get rid of these scouts. I mean, if they just keep summoning more orcs, that is such bad news. Such bad news. Whew. I'm digging this because since I have to go after the orcs or the scouts, then that delays me getting around to the orcs. It keeps them around to do more damage. I love this dynamic. I love it. Okay, so Barbarian, 1, 2, 3. Part of me is like 4, 5. Let me go there. Part of me is considering reintroducing this game to my friend Mark, and he and I playing it solo. I think I would still want to try it solo by myself. We played this game for so many years. Mark is a gaming buddy of mine in in high school for 2 years, because he's a year younger than me. So starting my junior year of high school, we started playing this game. We had so many sleepovers where we were playing this game. And then when I graduated and later he graduated, we kept in touch. We kept having HeroQuest nights. And then he eventually moved out of state. Even if he was at college for a while, I would drive up to Flagstaff, where he was going to college, and have a weekend now and then with him. And then even eventually moved to California. And of course, we couldn't do it near as often, but we would then have about 2 times a year since then. We try to have these big gaming weekends where we're just playing tabletop dungeon crawls hardcore. And eventually we did, even we'd monkeyed with the rules and added stuff. Mostly it was like I wrote quests of my own. We kept the rules mostly the same. We did use a bunch of like new spells and stuff that you could get online that other people had come up with. And so we were playing with the game, monkeying with it, but the monsters, it was all the same monsters still. There was elements of it that were still enough the same that it just wasn't, when Descent First Edition came along, we were ready for it. We were still enjoying HeroQuest a good amount, but Descent, man, that was awesome. That was awesome. But, like all things, Descent eventually kind of became old, and so I'm wondering now if coming back to this with him would be something we would enjoy. Because the last gaming weekend we tried Descent, and we hadn't played it in a long time. It had been maybe 5 years or more since we'd played Descent at all. And so it felt fresh enough that we enjoyed it for most of the weekend, but like the last session, I was like, I'm starting to remember why I was getting tired of this. And I wonder if this maybe would be something we could do where we're both playing heroes, like maybe each of us controls 2 of the heroes. That's the other thing, though, that I'm not sure about. That's the reason I want to test it solo. Is this a game, like, at the level of complexity that I can enjoy right now and that I actually want in a board game, would it be too... I think it would be too simplistic to play this as only one hero and not be doing anything else. But if I were playing 2 heroes and then maybe automating all of the Zargon stuff, that would be interesting for me. Or maybe we'd take turns automating the Zargon stuff, because I wonder if he would be interested in just controlling 2 of the heroes, even with the other options available. But like having each hero have their own ability and having all these monsters with special abilities, it changes up the game. It really makes it less. It's not rules complex, but it adds just enough choice and things to consider, I think, to keep things interesting. So yeah. Anyway, okay, so the Barbarian is on the move. Francisco says, okay, posted a link to the English subbed trailer for Shield Hero in the Patreon post for this stream. Also my quick synopsis. Okay, cool. That makes it much more likely, because I'll be notified, even if I forget about this little exchange, as I certainly will. I'll be notified about that comment, and I'll be able to check it out later. Okay, so we got less than 20 minutes left. Let's see what we can accomplish here. Barbarian's attacking. We've got to take out this scout. Nice. I'm pretty sure we will. That's 3 skulls. Now, the scout does have 3 defense dice, but I think it's highly unlikely that she's going to... Nope! Scout is gone. Any loot? No. Alright. But, no more orc spawning from her. And that's the Barbarian's turn. The elf now... Oh! This would be a good opportunity to use Acrobat. This would be a good opportunity to use Acrobat. Because we have got to get rid of that scout as soon as possible. We cannot let that scout have another turn. And yes, the dwarf is going to have a chance to attack, but what if he fumbles it? Then there's nobody. So this is worth it. Okay, Acrobat again is the elf's special ability I came up with. It says the elf may move through enemy figures, but must end his movement in an empty space. After ending his movement, the elf player individually rolls 1 combat die for each enemy space he moved through. On a skull, so a 50-50 chance, the enemy gains a free attack against the elf, who may roll defense dice. So that risk is well worth taking, I think. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and land here. Let's see if the orc manages to get an attack. He does not. That was totally worth it. Okay, so the elf now is going to attack the scout. Miss. Crap. Okay. Okay. Do I have any kind of attack potions that are going to help me? I don't. None of my guys have anything like that. Okay, so that's the elf's turn. Dwarf. Come on, dwarf. Come on, dwarf. We don't need any more orcs in here. 1 skull on the scout. The scout has 3 defense dice. But he doesn't block it. And he's only got a body of 1, so that takes care of the scout. Any loot? No, no loot. And crap, I'm just demolishing my world. Okay. Okay. Oh, I can take this down. You know, I put this out so that he would lose his turn, and I don't think he lost his turn. I think I got too distracted. Crap. Crap, crap, crap. I should have, like, leaned it in front of him so I couldn't even look at him without seeing that card. I'll have to do that next time. Crap. Well, then, I'm taking Tempest back. I can't remember now. Did we kill him before he even would have had a chance to take a turn? I don't know. I don't feel in trouble, so I will go ahead and let this spell be exhausted. Even though I think maybe I forgot to actually have it be effective. So that was the dwarf Elderast. Is it time for any kind of spell, Elderast? Do we want to use Seeking Bolt? I don't think so. We want to use Genie? I don't think so. I'm still holding back. I feel like there are going to be tougher monsters ahead. And I could look and see, you know. It's not that big of a deal to me if I were to look, but, you know, if I'm not tempted and I don't accidentally see it, why not keep it a secret? Okay. So, well, the wizard is way too close to that orc, though. And orcs have a movement of 8. So how far can this guy go? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So can my wizard get further back than here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, he can't. No, he can't. So he is very exposed right now. He needs to do something. Crap. I definitely don't want him going in there because he could be surrounded. I can't. I don't want to take him further than this door. So he'll go here. He does have rock skin. Let me look at Seeking Bolt and see if it might be worth doing right now. I think it is because he's got a healing potion. Let's see here. Seeking Bolt. This is like D&D Magic Missile kind of. The wizard deals 1 damage to any monster in his line of sight. So like Magic Missile, they can't dodge it. They're going to get hit. He deals 1 damage to any monster in his line of sight, and then rolls 1 combat die. On anything but a black shield, the wizard loses 1 body point. So it takes something out of him to cast this, almost certainly. The monster may not roll defense dice. Crap, that's going to take out my rock skin, though, because rock skin is broken when I suffer 1 point of body damage. It doesn't say that specifically that's from an attack or something. So, okay, let's hold off on Seeking Bolt for now. But you know what? Let's use some other attack spell. I think it's worth blowing something right now. Yeah, let's do Genie. I'm going to cast Genie on this orc right here. So again, I can use 5 combat dice. The genie flows out of my being and goes into the room and sings a couple big show tunes and then kicks the crap out of this orc. Hopefully. 3, 4, 5 attack dice. Oh. Terrible. That was a terrible roll. Terrible roll. 1 skull. The orc has, what, 2 defense dice? Yeah. And he defends. Crap. Jeez Louise, Genie. I don't know. I think I have a few friends that are better than you. Very disappointing. Very disappointing. And now the wizard is very much exposed. Okay, so it's Zargon's turn. And you know I gotta attack that wizard. So, first I get a threat. Let's see, we'll put that card there. And then this orc right here is gonna cut away for a second. And attack the wizard. 3 attack dice. Jeez. 2 skulls! Oh my gosh. Now the wizard does have rock skin. Normally he only rolls 2. Now, like the other heroes who can all wear helmets and are, he gets to roll 3. Crap. So he only blocks 1 of those. And he loses rock skin. Because he takes 1 point of damage. Crap. Alright, well he's got 1 healing potion. He's got 1 healing potion. Okay, so now, should we keep whittling away at the dwarf? I'm thinking we should. He's got... Well, wait. The elf only has 3. The elf only has 3. We're going after this elf. And do we want to do straight up damage, or do we want to go for Flesh Eater? Let's... Straight up damage. Straight up damage. Alright. Crap, that's a miss. And now this orc. 1, 2, 3, 4. He'll stop there. 1 skull. And the elf blocks it. Okay. So that's it for Zargon's turn. Go back to the Barbarian now. Okay. Balmy Leader says, considering my tastes, what board game do you recommend for me? I think, yeah. You know, hard to say. I mean, I don't think I actually have a clear enough sense of your taste, but you're playing Skyrim. You said you're playing, I didn't read this earlier, but you're playing as a warrior assassin mage. I mean, I think there's a lot of board games I would recommend people try. I think dungeon crawls, I mean, well, there's kind of a lack of really great dungeon crawls right now that aren't out of print. I think the Descent 2nd edition and Descent Legends of the Dark, which is just released, are not what I want in a board game dungeon crawl, so I wouldn't recommend those. HeroQuest and Descent 1st edition are out of print, so, well, I mean, if you like what you're seeing here, then you might explore the reprint of HeroQuest, and if, but I mean, that's, you might not like it you might not like it with the original rules. The original rules might be too simple for you. And what I'm doing here, even though I've made those rules, you know, accessible in a link below this, they may not work for you. So it's really hard to say. Yeah, all I can tell you, you know, here's what I think. I think Pathfinder the Adventure card game, that is still in print. 1st edition. You know, they've got the core set, which is like the 2nd edition. And sorry, that was my wife texting me. We're going to have lunch in a few minutes here. You might look into Pathfinder Adventure card game. That's where I would point you. Don't just buy it on my recommendation. Do your research, watch review videos and stuff. I've done a review of the core set, and the rules are very much the same. They just changed a little bit of the terminology, so you can look at my review of the core set. But Pathfinder Adventure card game is maybe something I would point you toward exploring. Okay, let's see here. What in the world is happening? Is the hero's turn? I think it's the hero's turn. Yeah. Barbarian. Oh, crap. He can't get in there. He can't get in there. He doesn't have any kind of ranged attack or diagonal attack. That sucks. Okay, well, I can at least put him here, and then if I want to move my wizard, he'll be blocking the way, so the wizard, you know, will be protected. And I think that's all I'm going to do with the Barbarian. That's very sad. That was not fun at all. The Elf. Okay, Elf. Jeez Louise. Elf is going to attack this orc here. I mean, nothing we can do except try to deal with these orcs. And a miss, my gosh. Dwarf. Gonna attack this orc here. 1. Orc. Does not defend. Goes down in a bloody heap. And the dwarf finds 25 coins on his body. Very nice. Brings his personal total up to 100. Good. Wizard. I think he's going to just make a little feeble attack and then get out of the way. Nope. That didn't work. Okay, 1, 2. We go there. And then it's Zargon's turn. Zargon gets a threat. It's 4 threat. I can spawn something. What are we going to spawn? Crap. Oh. That wizard didn't realize how vulnerable he just made himself. I'm going to spawn a hellhound. I'm going to spawn a freaking hellhound right around this corner. In fact, I don't even think the wizard has line of sight to him from there. We could even inch him up there, right? Or better yet, right here. Right here. So, what's his... still have his card out. He's got a move of 8. Here he comes. Walking down the street, making the funniest faces to everyone he meets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, and the Barbarian's right there too. So his whole his piercing flame thing, he can attack them both actually. He only has an attack of 2, but that still is really tempting to see if I can make that happen. That fire breath though, does that trigger on just a 5 or 6? Yeah, it only triggers on a 5 or 6. Let's do the attack. So this is piercing flame attacking both the wizard and the barbarian. 2 skulls. Oh my gosh, a hound from hell indeed. Wizard, my gosh, takes 2 damage. He's down to 1. And the barbarian gets to roll 3. He takes 1 damage also. Jeez Louise. Crap. Well, this orc is going to move out here, and he's going to attack the barbarian. 1 skull. The barbarian ably defends. This orc is attacking the elf. 1 skull. Elf defends. Okay. Okay. Alright, so that takes us back then to the hero's turn. Barbarian. Come on, Barbarian. What are we going to do here? Does the wizard have something that he can take out this? He's probably going to put that hellhound to sleep on his turn rather than attack. Or how much does the hellhound have? He's got 2 bodies, so you know what? The wizard can probably take out the orc with Seeking Bolt. So I'm going to have the barbarian go 1, 2, 3, and just, you know what? It's time. It's time for Berserker Rage! Now, which version? I had 2 versions of this skill, and one of them I decided I was going to use instead of the other. Oh yeah, okay. Okay, yeah, it's the one that's actually on the card here. So this is Berserker Rage. Once per quest, before rolling attack dice, you may place this card on your character sheet to gain +2 attack dice and -2 defense dice. Add 1 token to this card at the start of each of your turns. When there are 3 tokens on this card, remove it from the game. Okay? So, before attacking, he's putting this down. He gets 2 more attack dice when attacking this guy. So that brings him up to a total of 5 for attacking this hellhound. Let's do it. Oh, crap. Okay. So I got to end the stream after the barbarian's turn here. Let's see here. 3 attack dice, or 3 skulls. That's awesome. 3 skulls. Could it be? Will this take him out? This hellhound has a freaking defense of 4. Did I say 2 skulls or 3 skulls? I think I said 3. Here we go. Oh, gone. Either way, no black shields. He is gone and left behind no loot, but that is totally fine and totally worth it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Here, we got time to do the elf's turn. Let's let the elf attack this orc here. 2 skulls on the orc. Orc has 2 defense dice. Not working for him. He's gone. Doesn't leave behind any loot. And let's see, the dwarf. Should we stop? No, we got to stop there. We got to stop there. So we'll pick it up with the dwarf's turn. Next time I'll be starting up again. Well, you can look at the schedule below, but I think it is 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock Pacific time is when I'll be starting up the stream again. All right. Thanks a lot, guys. Talk to you later. Bye. All right. I think everything is running as it should be. Back from my lunch break. And now we're going to pick it up with the dwarf's turn. We were right in the thick of it. And we've still got an orc on the board that we got to take care of. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, and attack 1 skull. The orc gets 2 defense dice, and he is gone. Does he leave any loot? No, he does not. Okay. So that's the dwarf, and then Elderast is going to start getting himself situated. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're getting close to finding Sir Ragnar, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so now it is not Elderast's turn. It is... Did I forget to mark off spending 4 threat? I think I did. I think I gained the 4 threat, and then I spent it right away. Where'd my pencil go? Crap! Where's my pencil? Alright, here is... a spare pencil. It's gonna really irritate me that I lost my other pen. Okay, very good. Okay, so now Zargon gets a threat, and that's really all he can do. So we got a fresh round for the heroes now. And Barbarian. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... Elf. Oh, and Barbarian has Berserker Rage active, so I actually got to put a little token on his thing. At the start of every turn. So he's still in Berserker Rage mode, so he's just daring any bad guys to come out of hiding. So now we get the Elf. 1, 2, 3, 4... 5, 6, he can't disarm or lockpick, as we've now determined. So he'll stand to the side there. And now the dwarf. Let's see if we can move this camera over here just a little bit. Just a little bit more. Dwarf right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, can't quite make it. Maybe I should have tried rolling dice for that instead. Oh well. I don't think it's that big of a deal at this point. So that's his turn, and Wizard again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think is a good spot for him right here. Oh, I haven't searched for treasure in this new room. Well, let's do that on the Barbarian's next turn, since we can't open that door yet anyway. So Zargon gets a threat. Still no baddies on the board. New round for the heroes, starting with the Barbarian. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and yeah, he'll search for treasure. Oh, nice! Potion of Strength. Let's see here. You find a small purple flask. You can drink this strange-smelling liquid at any time, enabling you to roll 2 extra combat dice the next time you attack. This may only be used once. Do not return this card to the deck. That's, yeah, I've wanted a Potion of Strength. Something like that. I mean, he's got Berserker Rage still active right now, but that's the kind of thing I want the Barbarian to have in a pinch. For sure. Awesome. Okay, so that was the Barbarian. Now the Elf... let's have the Elf search for treasure. Let's have the Elf search for treasure. Here we go. Wandering Monster! Alright. 1 through 3, it's an Orc. 4 through 6, it's a Scout. It's an Orc. Okay, I almost kind of prefer that. And he's going to have to spawn, basically... I think right here. I think when they... Don't they have to spawn right next to the hero? Let's see the wording here. On any square next to you. Yeah, any square next to you. Alright. So he's going to go here and then attack. And do we want to go for... Do we want to try to activate Flesh Eater? Get some bleed going on? Yeah, let's give it a go. A 5 or a 6 on 1 6-sider. Nope, no activation. Okay. So that's the end of the Elf's turn. dwarf right there, positioned perfectly. And of course, I would have wanted him to try and unlock that door instead. But I think attacking is good. Gets 2 attack, right? Yeah, 2 attack dice. 1 skull. Okay, okay. And the orc only gets 2 defense dice. And he gets nothing. So he's dead. Any loot? Yes! A D6 potion of healing for the dwarf. So he's got... Boy, he's got 3. How's the barbarian? Barbarian has 2. Elf has 2. The wizard has 1. So if I could pass this to the wizard somehow... Well, he hasn't moved yet. So I suppose he can do that. Let's move him here. And then he will give that potion of healing to the wizard. Alright, so the wizard has 2 now. I'll just put this in the discard pile. Oh crap, but this wandering monster. I haven't been putting these wandering monster cards at the bottom of the deck. I'm supposed to do that. The non-numbered ones, that is. Okay. So that was the dwarf. He's done. Wizard not searching for treasure. He's just going to... Does he have any spells he wants to cast? Probably not. Probably not. He only has 1. You know what? Well, I'd prefer to wait and use that water of healing on somebody that can take more advantage of it. Somebody with more than 4 max health. Let's see. What's the... yeah, Elf has 3 max, and he's down to 3. And, yeah, nobody can really take the most advantage of that spell right now. So we're going to hold off on that. Okay. So then Zargon gets a turn. Just gets another threat. And then a new round for the heroes again. Barbarian already searched for treasure, so he's done. Elf searched for treasure. He's done. Dwarf. Okay. Here we go, Dwarf. So, if I remember correctly, the dwarf just has to roll anything but a black shield in order to disarm a trap, and so I'm going to have that carry over to this concept of him unlocking this door. Let me make sure there's not any special notes about this room or the one I'm heading into. Okay, no, I think we're good. So, let's see if he unlocks it. Oh, crap! Alright, so we're just going to cycle through a whole other round. Zargon gets a threat and can spawn something now. See, this is exactly what I was talking about before. Because, you know, enough time has passed. He can spawn a... what do we want to do this time? Another Hellhound? A Wendigo? Let's do a Shade. Well, actually, you know what? Hang on a second. Let's see here. Can I... Oh, I could spawn one of these big ones, and then because of the movement rules, they could get into the room. So let's actually spawn a Manticore, since we haven't spawned one of those yet. Let's see. Where is... This is one of the big fellas. Here we go. Okay, let's take a look at this guy. This is from first edition Descent. I believe this actually came with the base set, not an expansion, but this was one of the very base monsters. And does he have a scorpion's tail? I can't quite... Oh, he does. He does. You can barely tell. We've been having an upsurge of scorpions in our house lately because of some construction going on around our part of town, and it's not been cool. I've been seeing more real scorpions and a lot more imaginary scorpions all over my house. Anyway, he's going to go right here. Let's get his stat card out. Maybe I'll regret spawning him. I don't know if he has all that great of stats. Here we go, Manticore. So, what's going on here? We've got an attack of 2, a defend of 2, a body of 2, mind of 2, move 6. So core stats are, you know, pretty solid and average, I guess. He's got double strike, which is automatic. That's cool. And Mystic Bolt, which is automatic, which I think is just another way of saying ranged attack. if I remember correctly. I don't think there's anything different between that and the bow ability, but I like a little bit of that flavor in the name of the ability, even if it's, you know, identical to something else. Mystic Bolt. This monster may attack any hero within line of sight. So he basically can attack. I don't know what that's about. Why did I give him a ranged ability? I think he has a ranged attack in Descent. I think he does have a ranged attack in Descent, which always confused me a little bit too. Is that because he's spitting poison or striking really far away with his scorpion tail? That would be more like a reach ability. So I'm assuming that he optionally has some kind of a poison spitting... Well, no, because he doesn't have any kind of like actual poison ability. I might want to rework the stats of this guy to make him a little bit more thematic. I think I would rather he have reach and like some kind of poison ability. So this is, I mean, I'll use these stats for now, but this is definitely a monster I want to revisit and rework to be a little bit more thematic. I think my emphasis here was in trying to just translate what's going on in Descent with this monster and not really worrying about thematically what I would prefer. I think the master version in Descent, the tougher version in Descent, maybe has like a poison ability or something. Anyway, so yeah, I'll use these stats for now. Not super thrilled with them. So yeah, he is spawned, and he's got a move of 6. So he's going to squeeze through this door 1, 2, and then just basically get comfy right here. And he can actually attack either the Barbarian or the Dwarf. So the Dwarf, I'm thinking... Does he have... Oh, no, we got to go for the Barbarian, because he's under Berserker Rage right now, so he's actually much more vulnerable. So, yeah, that's 2 attack dice that he gets, and he can attack twice. So we're going to target the Barbarian with both of these. Look out, Thundar. That's 1 skull for the first one, and minus 2 defense dice, right? So he normally gets 3 defense dice, so he's rolling with just 1. And he takes a hit. Takes a point of damage. That's going to put him down to 4. Second attack. 1 skull again. And the Barbarian... I don't know, that's a little funkalicious. I'm going to call that a miss. I'm going to call that a skull, even though it was kind of propped up. I think it would have settled into a skull position, so... So that brings the Barbarian down to 3 health. Yeah, definitely good to take advantage of that Berserker Rage. So that's all that I can do now as Zargon. So we start a new round for the heroes. And the Barbarian, I mean, is going to... Well, he's got Berserker Rage, so he's going to get another token. And this is actually the last turn he'll be able to use Berserker Rage. Because as soon as he puts a 3rd token on it at the beginning of his next turn, Berserker Rage goes away. So he is going to get 2 extra attack dice, again for a total of 5, to use against this Manticore, who somehow snuck up behind him. 3 skulls. Wow, nice. Okay, 3 skulls. And now the Manticore rolls 2 defense, and he gets nothing. Which means that in one shot, the raging Barbarian takes down the Manticore and finds nothing in his corpse. All right. So that's the Barbarian. And now the Elf. Still, he searched for treasure already. Still not really in a position to do anything else. Man, I've played this game... I'm so used to having like toolkits for all my guys so that anybody can at least try to disarm a trap, especially with how varied and different this quest is. This feels like a much more advanced type of quest. It'll be interesting to see how this scales. I haven't even tapped into the tougher monsters, but it'll be really interesting to see how the difficulty scales as I'm getting further and deeper into the quests here. Okay, so Elf is really... well, do we want him to cast a spell? He can do Heal Body and Pass Through Rock. No. No reason to do acrobat. Okay, yeah, so the elf is in fact done. Dwarf. Alright, come on now, dwarf. Come on. While you're fumbling with your fingers, the forces of darkness are approaching. There we go. Okay, so he manages to pick the lock and unlock this door. And let's see what's on the other side. We've got a normal door. Let's actually reposition our camera a little bit. Let's do maybe like this. Maybe like this. Alright, we'll try that. Alright, so he opens up the door. Who's in there? We got one orc and one femmer. So let's see if the orc is an orc. Could be an orc or a scout. It is an orc, so we'll put the orc out. But the femmer now, this could be interesting. Let's see, orc goes right here. Is the femmer actually a femmer? No, he's not. He's a halberdier. Halberd. How do you say that? Halberd? Halberdier. He's a guy with a big, long weapon. Hey, I wanted to let you know there are some dates below in the description of some live events coming up that you may not want to miss. And also, while I have your attention, check out my playlists to see some content that maybe you missed already that you'll be glad you found. That's all.